What is going on, YouTube? Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Today's video is all going to be about drafting and comps in SMITE. It's going to be just me talking. But I know you guys like these types of videos because every time I do one, you guys are like, yeah, that was good. You guys like learning about like the back end stuff to improve your competitive capabilities, stuff to improve your ranked capabilities even. So we're just going to be talking, a lot of talking about drafting, composition, stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Drafting is all about trying to give yourself an edge in the gods you are getting or in the composition you are getting against the enemy. Before even getting into drafting, we should talk about compositions. The three biggest comps we're going to focus on are healing / kite out, engage / dive, and poke / poke. Poke comps do very, very well into engage comps. Before the enemy can even get the engage off, you're going to be poking them down, making the team fight a 50% health trade in favor of yourself. Healing comps are going to be very good into poke comps. The enemy's trying to poke you down, you're sustaining up to full health. Even if you're trading badly, like they're getting 50% and you're getting 10%, you're slowly going to chunk them down a little bit more because you're just healing a little bit more. And then engage comps and healing comps. Engage comps are the way to beat healing comps because while they're sitting back and healing, you have this full engage, full dive potential to actually just kill them before they're even able to heal. So if we consider gods that are really good at these types of comps, we'll look at mid specifically. Mid is like Thoth, Ra, Janus, Morgan, a bunch of different other gods that poke and just slowly try to just walk up and whittle them down. AMC is another one for poke. Engage comps from mid are gods that want to just blink in and kind of get these parties started. Hebos with blink, Zhong with blink, Janus, another style with just ult and just diving the backline. Another way to play it. And then you look at mid lane. Healing is pretty obvious what's going to be. It's going to be Chang'e, it's going to be Hell, it's going to be Afro. But Chang'e also has the capability of being a engage god. So now that we kind of have the layout of these comps and how they want to play, you have to be able to draft around the highest tiered gods in the game. So if we look at 10.6's patch and we look at the Ferrymen 1 tournament, if you look at the type of comps and the bans that these guys are going with, the Oni Warriors banned Ganesh, Hell, Hebo. Ganesh, a very good backline and semi-engage type of god. Hell, a healing type of god. Hebo, the way Paul plays it, is backline, team fight, front to back type of comp. And then you look at the Ferrymen's bans. Yorm, who ran the tournament, probably top ban in the entire tournament. Horus, another very good one. And Sun Wukong. The Ferrymen from the second side have to kind of ban the OP gods. The Warriors on the other side can ban target bans. So Ganesh, it's a target ban towards Aurora. Hell, target ban towards Paul. Hebo, target ban towards Paul. Well, then you look at the 6 Ferrymen, they're like, okay, we can't really target ban too much. We have to focus on banning the god we do not want to play against because we're going to be giving up first pick. Yorm is gone. The Horus is a little bit of a target ban towards Jake. Makes him play towards the mage supports a little bit more. And then Wukong was just another one of the high-profile solo laners in the tournament. It's just another throwaway ban. The Warriors opted into the Thor. Now, what makes Thor such a good first pick in a spot like this? Thor's strength comes from being a flex pick. Now, what is a flex pick? Pretty obvious. If you do know what it is, if you don't know what it is, you're probably like, what is a flex pick? A flex pick is a god that can play multiple roles. Think about Thor in jungle solo. Think about AMC, mid and ADC. Olorun, mid ADC. You think about the roles specifically towards the role that it kind of mimics. Horus is a solo support. You're not really going to be playing Horus in mid and solo. So if it's a tank role, it's mostly going to be playing towards the tank roles. Serket used to be one where it was jungle support. Usually she would play support. Fenrir, jungle support. Naja, jungle support. These gods that can play multiple different roles are really good flex picks, making them really good first picks. If you lock in this Thor, you're not really giving up too much what your comp is doing. If you're playing Thor jungle, you just have a one-shot dive engage god. If you're playing in solo, though, Thor can be a poke god or he can be an all-in god. And then if you think about Set and Marty, the 2 first picks from the Ferrymen, Set, a flex god, can play mid, jungle, and solo, and even ADC, which is part of his strength. You kind of know when Paul's picking it, though, it's going to be going mid, but it's still a really good flex pick. Marty in the same vein, ADC, mid, flex pick. You're keeping your comp wide open with this. You haven't committed to anything. You could be playing a Marty mid Set jungle and you're going to be playing a normal front-to-back 5v5 teamfight comp. Thor has that same potential. Aphrodite, CERN are the next picks. And what does this give away in your comp? Really nothing. Aphro does have some potential for flex, but she's mostly be played in support after the healing change. And then CERN does have flex potential into mid, but when you think about the type of comp that you're going to want to be running, a lot of the times you're putting CERN into ADC. He's not really great in mid, but he is potentially able to be played there. So again, flex picks potentially. We're going to look at it as literally what we were thinking going into the tournament. The only flex pick on this side was Thor. It was nearly guaranteed Afro Cern in duo lane. And then right before the next ban phase, Erlong Shen was locked in. Now this is the first god that fully commits to what they want to do. Erlang is a dive, engage, pressure jungle. That's what he does. This should almost certainly shape the type of comp that these guys are going to be running. But at this point, they have already committed and they have these two bans here. So they have this full dive, well, double dive and then Marty backline comp, who's just really safe and plays pretty well by himself as long as he's got some sort of peel. So Set Erlang is going to be diving. You're looking at Set mid, some potential for Set solo, but in the current meta, how it's going to be played, Set's mostly a mid laner, especially in Paul's hands. So Erlang, Set, Marty is what these guys are looking at. Now going into the P's and B's, into the second ban phase, Kali, Baka were the bans. Now what does this do? Both Kali and Baka have really good matchups into Erlang and Set. Kali can 1v1 either of these two. They're both very good dual gods, and Kali can 1v1 both of them. Kali also has the scaling opportunity onto both Set and Erlang. Baka, on the other hand, matches Erlang's early game to a point. No one really matches Erlang, but Baka farms just as well as him, and then can fight as well as him once he hits 5. The next two bans were Athena and Hades for the Warriors. What do Hades and Athena need to do? Well, they give you a magical solo laner, which the Ferrymen kind of needed. When you're playing triple physical, showing that in top 3, you're going to be able to get a magical god to allow you to play those 3 physicals. It's the best way to kind of draft. But banning away the Hades, probably one of the better magical solos in the game, really handicaps the god pool that they're going to have to play. The Ferrymen go Terra, Robin in the bottom 2, and the Warriors go Serket, Agni. So right when Serket is picked, it throws Thor into the solo lane, and you kind of have your comp laid out for these guys. You've got Thor, Serket, engage. Not great dive, but you're playing front to back. You want them to come into you, and then you want to kill. Agni, Cern, Aphrodite. Really, really strong back 3. They scale really well. They have a lot of damage, and they're also all really safe, especially with Aphrodite linked to them. And then you look at the Ferryman comp. Set, Marty, Erlang, Terra, Robin. What does this comp say? We are going to be diving. Set, Marty, Erlang, Terra, Robin, diving Agni, Afro, Cern. That is going to be a very hard dive to live. Set has really good chase. Aphrodite wants to run away. Erlang has really good chase. Afro wants to run away. She doesn't want to just stand and fight. She wants to run away, kite out your abilities, and then fight again. Because a lot of the times you're onking her. Terra, a lot of AoE damage into the Aphrodite. The Ferrymen drafted this perfect comp. The one thing that they're missing is a lot of magical damage, but that's why they drafted the Terra. What does Terra do better than most other Guardians? She gives you a good source of magical damage. It makes this Ferryman comp just make so much more sense, and I actually love this first comp from them. It set the tone for the rest of the game and the rest of the series that the Ferrymen are here to play the Warrior style, which is this dive comp, and they will be playing it just as good, if not better. Going into game 2, the Warriors opted to ban the Set. They have to take it away from Paul. They want to put it onto something else, something that can't really dive them as well. They throw it away. Hell, Ganesh banned with it. The Ferrymen ban the exact same thing. Horus, Wukong, and Yorm. The Warriors opt for the first pick Thor again leaving their comp open, play either solo or jungle. Hebo, Marty is the response from the Ferrymen. Again, a really, really strong 2 picks right here. Hebo flexes mid and jungle. Marty flexes mid and ADC. Both of them can play those roles. So if they do pick something that just hyper smokes these guys in the role that they want to play them towards, you just pick what you can in the 3rd slot to opt it into a different role. So Hebo in mid, probably responded by a Fenrir here. Well, if they pick Fenrir here, they just put the Hebo in the jungle, and then they can pick maybe a physical mid to then bully out through mid lane and have the Hebo just farm through the jungle, have double Hunter and Hebo jungle. Absolutely OP comp. If Fenrir's not picked and they want to put the Hebo mid, which you probably want to if you're playing Paul, or if you are Paul. So instead, they're just opting into their dual lane. Izzet, Terra. Very strong dual lane. Your winning lane. That's what these two do. Izzet makes the dual lane win, and then Terra scales into the late game. Robin is then picked by the Ferrymen. Again, another flex pick. Robin plays solo and Robin plays jungle. Going into the second ban phase, again, Kali, Baka bans. Also just 2 value picks. But Kali is one of the few gods that actually matches Hebo into the late game. Kali blinks onto Hebo. Hebo has to one-shot her before she lands. And in the mid game, Kali's knock-up immune. In her ult, she's slow immune. She can just stick to the Hebo and kind of just kill him. So a good ban. Baka, again, kind of just a strong pick, but he just runs the jungle. You ban him away, it puts the jungler onto something weird, like a Lance, which is what they opted for. Yemoja Erlang ban for the Warriors. Yemoja kind of gives them that team fight that matches Terra. Terra, one of the best team fighters, but Yemoja matches that. And then Erlang. Sino ran an absolute clinic. They ban away the Erlang, and they have to go into something like Rat. Rat locked in for the Ferrymen. Now you know where these pieces are going. Hebo mid, Rat jungle, Robin solo, Marty ADC. They are showing their hand at this point. Now, what does their comp want to do? They want to play front to back, and they want to kind of have their dive either play to live or slowly poke down the enemy. Either way, it's fine. But this is a front to back comp. Lance Merlin. Now, you've seen the pick from the Warriors. Again, really hyper strong 3-man late game. Merlin, Terra is a lot of damage. Not a ton of CC, but a lot of damage and a lot of area damage at that. Thor, Lance is the jungle solo. That is what's diving you. Now, if you look at what the Ferrymen's comps do with this Atlas last pick, which I actually really, really liked, one of the better picks into just all around. He's just a really good pick into a lot of what these guys want to do. They want to dive. Atlas can help dive. If they want to peel, Atlas can help peel. Atlas gives them a little bit of extra damage. But now you look at how these comps are going to be playing. Robin, Rat diving, Merlin, Terra, Izza. Potential for kill? Yes. Not like great potential, but it's potential for kill. Thor, Lance diving, Marty, Hebo, Atlas. Potential for kill? Not really. So this is just a comp that is getting mirrored on both sides. 3 back, 2 dive. Whose 3 back, 2 dive is better, though? Ravana Rat, very hard to kill, very safe, can kind of just work their way around a fight. Same as Thor and Lance. But if you look at the CC, Atlas, Marty, Hebo, if a Hebo knock-up lands late game, that's a dead character. I don't care who it is. They are dead. So again, Ferrymen just kind of outdrafted the Warriors, but this time it's on the exact same comp. So this is just how to work together to make your comps just absolutely amazing. The Ferrymen drafted really, really well this tournament. Like, shout out to their coach or whoever does their drafts, because they were just on point. That is just some P's and B's from this Warriors Ferrymen set. I don't know if I did entirely what I wanted to do with this video, but I don't know what else to add for these P's and B's. I just kind of laid out why they pick stuff. And so I hope you guys take ideas from this that you can use either in your own comp games, or you can ask questions down in the comments below to be like, what do you think of this? Is this kind of what you're saying? Whatever it is. I don't know. I was kind of rambling, but I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys again next time. Peace.